Hello everyone, this is Together Into the Unknown. I'm Megan, this is Craig.
We're going to do a video today about Yangshuo, which is a place that when we lived in Shenzhen we frequented quite a lot. We went there 3 or 4 times in our 2 years of being there, and when we knew we were going back, knew we were moving back to the UK, we took holiday from work just to get there again because it's so amazing. So before we do that, we'd just like to say a massive thank you to the response in our first video. It was amazing, wasn't it? We never thought that so many people would watch it. We'd get so many comments. So just a massive thank you for everyone who's watched it, everyone who's commented, everyone who's shared it, because it really does mean a lot to us. And subscribed, yeah. And we're just really happy with how it's done, and happy that people are getting something out of it and taking information from it, which
it's really given us incentive to keep doing it and like make more videos, and we really enjoy doing it, and it feels like people are enjoying knowing about what we're doing too, so yeah, it's really good.
Yep, so this video is Yangshuo, China. Okay, so this video is about Yangshuo, one of the most, if not the most beautiful place we've been on our travels so far. It's well known and iconic for its mountains, its green mountains, which there are literally thousands of, if not tens of thousands of, everywhere you look. Absolutely beautiful scenery and beautiful mountains. We were living in Shenzhen, as we've said, and this was just a perfect kind of getaway, perfect place to go where there's kind of, it's not built up at all. You won't see a building more than kind of a few stories, and everywhere you look is beautiful rivers, beautiful mountains. Just a great, amazing place to go, and we're going to kind of delve into the ins and outs of what you can do there and what you can see there. There is also a nightlife in Yangshuo. There's a West Street that goes through the middle of Yangshuo, the centre of kind of the town, where there's lots of bars, and because they know that people who are on holiday in China, or even the Chinese in Chinese holidays, come to Yangshuo, they'll go out in the day and experience the beauty and the rivers, as we've said, do the kind of going down the rivers on the boats, and cycling around, all that kind of thing. There's also a really kind of intense, that you wouldn't kind of expect nightlife, where there's some big clubs and a lot of live music going on in a very small area. You can also buy a lot of merchandise and stuff, obviously, which is true of a lot of places. So yeah, we're just going to get into it now and talk to you about where we stayed, what we did, and why we think that Yangshuo is such a beautiful place.
On all of our visits to Yangshuo, we stayed in hostels like this one, which is called Sutter Street. You can get hostels in the town centre, but we wanted to stay slightly outside of the busyness, so it was still a walk away, but it was just so that we could get these amazing views. And in the hostels, like more often than not, you have like a full wall view with a balcony, and you can just see the amazing sunsets and the mountains, and it's just absolutely unbelievable. The hostels that we chose to stay in, they had pools as well, and they were so nice to relax in on an evening, and you'll usually pay between like 100 and 200 yuan, which is like 10 to 20 pounds per night. which is great considering everything you get in with it. But because we travelled as a couple as well, we ended up in double rooms rather than like dormitories, because it just ended up working out cheaper than buying 2 bunks in a dorm.
Another great thing about the hostels was the amount of kind of local information, opportunities and activities they could send your way. Most of the hostels have bicycles and motorbikes for you to rent to take around Yangshuo to kind of view it all at your own leisure. You can also get put in touch with things like rock climbing, caving, hot air balloon rides, paragliding, anything you'd want to really to do with the outdoors in Yangshuo you can get hold of through the hostels, which is just great, and it's all very, very cheap. So one of the best things that we like to do everywhere we go is rent a motorbike or a scooter, because it means that we can kind of see the whole place at our leisure and stop anywhere we want to stop, and visit anywhere we want to visit, which is hard if you get a coach from place to place or you get a guided tour. It's not really feasible to be able to stop everywhere you want, so we love to just have the freedom of cycling, of riding around on a moped, which in Yangshuo is absolutely amazing to do. Everywhere is just a beautiful place, and the roads are quiet. There's separate roads, there's separate pathways away from the road for if you're on a moped, which makes it a lot safer. And as I've said, you can just visit anywhere you want and stop anywhere you want and see things, which is just a great thing about Yangshuo. Hi, so it's Saturday in Yangshuo, and we've just rented a bike from the hostel. It was 30 yuan for, well, they say it's for the day, but it's an electric bike and it goes 30 kilometres, so it's whatever you can get out of that. But that's about £3, which is nothing. We have just come down to the Yulong River, which you can just see in the distance over there. Beautiful kind of area in the mountains. I think we're going to go to the Yulong River now, have a look at some of the boats and just take in the scenery, and then we're going to head back on the bike over to the Li River, which is not far from here, but they're kind of the 2 main rivers that run through Yangshuo and Guilin. Yeah, that's about it then. Yeah. As well as the biking and the hostels and the seeing the mountains and things, an absolute must-do when you're in Yangshuo is a bamboo raft down the rivers. There's the Yulong River and there's the Li River, and they're both very majestic, very big rivers that run through Yangshuo from Guilin. And yeah, everybody says that if you go to Yangshuo, that's what you've got to do. We took that advice and we did it, and we didn't regret it. It was just amazing to be down the centre of such a grand river with the landscape and the mountains either side here. I can't recommend it enough. Great photos, great scenery. So yeah, we've kind of spoke about the scenery and what to do in the day. We're going to now head down into the night time and head more towards talking about the bars and the culture at night, and then yeah, we'll head back to things you can do during the daytime tomorrow. So we're here at a place called Monkey Jane's Rooftop Bar. We came up for the sunset, but it's quite overcast today, so we're not going to get much of it, but can imagine what it's like here on a sunny when there's a nice sunset. Megan's just up there enjoying the view, but yeah, you can see the Lee River, a load of mountains. It's a nice little comfy bar. Maybe pop in if you get down this way. But yeah, we're just going to enjoy the sunset and have a drink, so I'll speak to you later. So we're here now on Yangshuo's West Street having some Guilin rice noodles. The place is actually called Guilin rice noodles, and yeah, this is what it's looking like. You get plain noodles to start off with. You can add any meat you want. I've got beef or nuru, as they call it in China. Megan's got nuru as well, but you also get an extra tray of like extra spice. What else do you get in there?
You get green beans, green beans, peanuts, chili oil, and chives.
Chives, yeah.
And soup.
And soup, yeah, you get a bowl of soup as well. So yeah, you get plain noodles at first, then you can add what you need. They're very, very slippery, but if you're kind of tactful with them, you can get like a nice piece of meat and some noodles. And they're really good. The beef looks and tastes like roast beef, and it's a really good mouthful of beef. So yeah, if you're down West Street and you want some like Guilin rice noodles, come to Guilin, the place called Guilin rice noodles, and you can't go wrong. Good menu, good beers, good food.
Unfortunately, the audio for this video didn't work, so I'm just going to talk over it and tell you a little bit about the nightlife in Yangshuo. So because so many people go there to see how much of a beautiful place it is, and it's really like no other place that I can think of, and I'm sure it's the same for many other people. But because it attracts so many tourists, they've kind of got a huge downtown nightlife scene. West Street is the main street in the centre of Yangshuo downtown, so all of the businesses and kind of bars, restaurants, anything like that is down there, and the number one thing you'll notice straight away is how different it is to the daytime. So if you walk down this street during the day, it's relatively quiet and people are just, you know, kind of getting on with the day-to-day business, but at night it's absolutely packed all the time, and the bars are busy, and there's just kind of a buzz down there, but also it's a really exciting and beautiful place to be at the same time, and it's just crazy. It really is kind of the last thing you would expect to see there, because you spend your days in the mountains, like drinking in the like beauty, and then at night you go down a street and there's these clubs either side of you that are just blaring music with crazy like performers in and dancers outside. If you go, you'll also notice that a lot of the locals kind of make the most of how much of a tourist place it's become and how busy it is. So they'll go down onto West Street on a night and they'll paint or make jewellery or sell street food. So yeah, if you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime nightlife experience, but also once-in-a-lifetime daytime experience, it's definitely the place to be.
Drinking a beer by the pool at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Wahoo!
As we mentioned before, the hostels that we stayed at had links with so many outdoor experience businesses that they organised for you. So we had a look at all the different ones and decided that we would like to go caving just because it was different to anything we'd done recently, and it showed us a different side of Yangshuo, underground, what everything looked like there. We'd seen the beauty of everything outside and the mountains and the nightlife, and we just wanted to try something different, and it ended up being brilliant.
Okay, so we've just arrived at the caves. We're just about to head down. This is Sims.
Hi.
This is Sky.
Hi.
And Megan's here. And we're just about to head down into that little hole over there, and we'll speak to you later on.
Basically, all you need to do is tell the hostel the day before which experience you would like to take part in, and then in the morning a van will come and pick you up. They'll provide all of the equipment that you'll need, and then they'll drive you to the location. They'll act as kind of like a tour guide as well as showing you how to do it, because they provide you with a lot of information about Yangshuo and a lot of information about what you're doing.
Disco.
And at the end of the day, they'll drive you back to your hostel where you can choose to spend the rest of the day however you want. For us, this was just a really great experience to kind of end our trip on, and we knew that it was going to be a long time until we went back to Yangshuo, and we really wanted to end it on something special, and this really did that for us. So that was our experience of Yangshuo. Well, experiences, because we've been so many times. I really can't recommend enough. If you're in China, just go. Like, it's a great place. We loved it, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yep, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more content, share,
Click the bell.
Click the
I think
bell.
you're supposed to say that.
And send us a message if you want any more information. On the last video, people sent us messages about clarification on things or extra information on things we'd mentioned, and we made sure that we responded to everyone. So don't think that your message will go unnoticed, because it won't. We'll message you back. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.
Bye.